Hey Alexa, start recording the review for me, please. Oh wait, that's right. I don't have an Alexa because we should all know better by now. Let's get started. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-ba. Hello everybody, my name is Andrew Fantasia. Welcome to Thumb Together, and today we're going to be talking about Child's Play 2019 together. As usual, if you enjoy this video, please feel free to give it a thumbs up and give some love to the subscribe button as well. Let's talk about Child's Play for a second, okay? Child's Play was this great little 80s movie where a doll kills people. That's it. It's ridiculous. And it's fun. Then they made Child's Play 2 and Child's Play 3, which were pretty much the same thing. And then they just started calling the movies Chucky, I guess, because they're, every franchise gets to a point, usually around movie 4, where they're embarrassed that they made so many movies. So they stop using numbers and just change the titles around, just to hide the fact. So now we've come full circle to the point where most horror franchises end up, where we just have a remake with the same title as the first one, and that's that. We're supposed to be starting fresh. Does Child's Play 2019 start fresh? You bet your ass it does, baby. My favorite thing about Child's Play 2019 is that it updates things, it pushes it forward into the modern era, and tells the same kind of story without disrespecting what made the original so much fun. You look at a remake like Clash of the Titans with Sam Worthington. That's an example of a remake that tries to update things while pissing on the original. And saying, hey, that thing that was really fun and bright and shiny and colorful and beautiful and exciting? Well, we're going to be dark, and we're not going to have color, and we're going to talk like this. That is absolutely not how you make a remake. This is how you make a remake. Because Child's Play 2019, even though it's changing a lot of things around, even though it is very much a 2019 set movie, it does not disrespect the original film. Instead, it's like, hey guys, the original film was silly and bonkers and a little bit scary at times because there was a creepy doll. We're the exact same thing. We're silly, we're bonkers, we're a little bit scary sometimes because we have a creepy doll. And whoever's idea it was to get Mark Hamill to do the voice of Chucky, brav friggin' oh. Mark Hamill was made to play characters like these, okay? His voice is so damn scary. He knocks Brad Dourif out of the park, and that's Brad Dourif. Brad Dourif has made a career out of making people feel unsettled and frightened. Mark Hamill, the lovable Uncle Luke Skywalker himself, topped that. If I was holding microphones, I would have just dropped them both right now, on purpose, as like a thing to do that's cool, as like, yeah, punctuate with dropping audio products. Now, I'm going to flash a teeny tiny, barely perceptible spoiler warning right here, because just in case you don't want to know jack about Child's Play, this is considered a spoiler for you, I guess, for the 12 of you who feel that way. Am I kidding? 12 people aren't going to watch this video. Have you seen my numbers? Anyway, if there's one thing about Child's Play 2019 that I don't like, it's the simple fact that they took the idea of what Chucky is and they changed it, which is fine. If you want to make changes, it's your remake. I'm not going to stop you, but you changed it into something way less interesting. Initially, Chucky was a serial killer who died in a toy store, and because he was friends with a voodoo witch doctor, his spirit lived on and possessed a nearby buddy doll, and there you go. Voodoo magic equals killer doll. That concept is so cool, because guess how many movies there are about voodoo killer dolls? Very few. Very, very few. In fact, besides Chucky, I can't think of any other ones. I've never seen an Annabelle film, so maybe that's one more. Maybe we have 2 now. Yay, 2. In this one, Chucky's a robot who malfunctions. How many movies do we have about robots who malfunction? I don't have enough fingers to count. Collectively, I don't think the entire country of Canada has enough fingers to count how many movies there are about robots that malfunction and kill people. It's just so bland, man. It is so bland. It's been done so many times, and it's been done better so many times, that I think it really hurts the movie at this point. You have 3 characters, your 3 central leads. You have the boy, Andy, you have his mother, and you have Chucky, who are all together. They're great characters. I liked all three of these characters, and that's more than I could say for the original. For the original, I like Chucky because he's funny, but I don't give a rat's ass about the mom and the kid because they're just boring. In this one, all three of those characters were top-notch. Now it's the premise that's boring. So it's like, oh, if I could just take the Chucky origin from the first one and put it into this one and mix it together, we would have like the perfect Child's Play movie. But I can't do that because I'm not some kind of recipe wizard with screenplays yet. The Buddy dolls in this film are essentially Alexas. They are these smart home things that control your electronics. They turn on your TV. They record things. They come with an app on the phone that you pair with. Of course he's going to kill people. Even if the guy at the beginning of the movie hadn't messed around with the microchip, eventually this was going to happen anyway because that's always what happens with these things. There's even a line in the movie where a kid sees the Buddy doll and sees that it's like different from all the other Buddy dolls and is like, this is how every robot apocalypse starts right here. We're looking at the start of Skynet. And I'm like, yeah, thank you. At least even the movie acknowledges that this is the most played out story we have ever heard in anything. What the writers did to Chucky for this film is sort of like what writers have done to zombies over the years, which is why I can't stand zombies anymore. Zombies were also originally made by voodoo, by black magic. How does that body get up off the ground if it's dead and start walking around? Magic. There was magic that made it happen. Somebody touched a sacred artifact, or somebody spilled like goat's blood at midnight at crossroads and sprinkled like oregano on it or something, and that just made shit really, really bad, and people got up and started walking around because of voodoo. Then what happened? Somewhere down the line, somebody had the bright idea to be like, hey, you know what zombies should be instead? Sick people. Let's change it so it's an infection now. Yeah, hey, what's wrong with Tommy? Is there some magic going on because he's getting up out of his grave? Nah, he's just infected. He's infected. We're going to put some Robitussin on him and he'll be just fine. Infections. More interesting than magic. Because I don't know why. That's why to this day, my favorite zombie film of all time is Weekend at Bernie's 2. You know why? Because voodoo is in it. Because voodoo is the reason why a dead body is getting up and doing things that dead bodies shouldn't be doing. If Child's Play 2019 had kept the voodoo, this might be one of my favorite horror movies of all time. I'm dead serious here. This might be one of my favorite horrors of all time if it had kept the voodoo aspect of it and made that the driving force of the plot. Because, you know what? There's 17 Black Mirror episodes alone about why we shouldn't trust technology like this. We're good. We know. We know. There's no Alexa in my home because I know. Because I get it. Let's move away. Let's move on. Let's move on from the tech bashing now, because we all know it's bad for us. We all know that these, in the long run, as convenient as they are bad for us. Let's tell stories with magic in them again. Please. Other than that, Child's Play 2019 did a terrific job of just getting me interested. I can't remember the last time I've seen a horror movie where all of the humans were really, really damn interesting and likable. I liked every single one. Like, I can't stress enough how much I liked Andy, how much I liked Andy's mom. I can't stress how much I loved Brian Tyree Henry as the detective, and how much I loved Andy's two friends, and how much I loved to hate Aubrey Plaza's jerk-ass boyfriend who's always running around their apartment drinking beers. You know, a boyfriend is bad in movies when they drink beers. Fun fact. I cared about every single human in this movie. And I cared about Chucky. I actually felt sorry for Chucky a lot of times because he had this innocence to him that was corrupted. It just, at the end of the day, didn't give me the same sense of satisfaction seeing him start killing people as it did when it was the spirit of a serial killer inhabiting a doll through voodoo. There's a moment in this movie where Chucky's motivations kind of get thrown out of whack, because Chucky's whole deal is he imprints on Andy when Andy takes him out of the box, so he wants to protect Andy and be his only friend. You know, he sees other people making friendships with Andy and sort of taking him away, and Chucky thinks, if I kill them, Andy will be my friend, or I'm going to kill that man because he was mean to Andy. That makes sense. That is a legitimate reason that Chucky, a malfunctioning robot, would want to hurt people. But then there's a moment, and again, very minor spoilers here, where a totally ancillary character gets his hands on Chucky and takes Chucky to his home. And then Chucky sort of wakes up, and his first act, he doesn't even speak to this man, he just kills him torturously. And this man, you know, he wasn't a great human being, he was kind of a pervert, but Chucky never had any reason to want him dead. This man was not like, I'm Andy's friend and I'm gonna steal him away from you. He was just a guy. He was a guy. Chucky was actually hurt, and this man helped him. This man put him back together and kind of like made him whole again. Why kill him? I don't get it. I think if Chucky was the serial killing voodoo spirit, it would make more sense that he go on this killing spree. It would make more sense that he have this delight that he takes in what he's doing, because the Chucky doll starts to toy with his subjects and be sadistic and cruel. And I think that the childlike essence of this malfunctioning robot would kill because of the limited ways he thinks, but wouldn't be sadistic about it and wouldn't be like, peekaboo. That doesn't seem to fit. A dog bites somebody to protect his owner because he's thinking, I'm protecting my owner. He doesn't bite the person and be like, I'm gonna bite you now because I'm evil. This Chucky theoretically shouldn't be that way either. He shouldn't be like, ooh, I'm gonna scare you. He should just be like, I have killed you because I'm a robot and I'm protecting my charge. The end. So they're trying to have their cake and eat it too. And you know what? You could have had all of the cake if you made it a killer voodoo spirit. I'm sorry to keep beating that dead horse, but you could have had all the cake if you had just done that. But at the end of the day, I guess I had a fun time with Child's Play 2019. If they make a sequel, maybe I'll catch it somewhere, but I don't think that these are movies I'm going to be remembering for years and years to come. So now I've seen Toy Story 4, now I've seen Child's Play 2019. Should I complete the trifecta of sentient dolls and watch Annabelle Comes Home? No, because I like sleeping at night too much. Anyway, that's Child's Play 2019. I'm Andrew Fantasia. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you here next time, and until then, adios.